Hi and welcome to Valorian Gaming. I thought I'd tell you how I've leveled up Vlad Von Carstein in my current legendary campaign. The first skill I spend is on the Restless stat to get that extra movement. Then I'm going with Undying Horde to get replenishment as fast as possible. The final point in the first tree here is spend an Ancient Cunning, so that extra ambush success chance is going to be beneficial. Then Immortal Horror, that's needed to get to Lightning Strike. Immortal Horror also gives replenishment for our lords. We don't really need the wound recovery time. We normally don't lose a hero, so that's a bit of a waste, but the 30% casualty replenishment is quite nice. And then we got Lightning Strike. Now Lightning Strike is the most important skill in this whole tree. On Legendary it's not very convenient to have to fight two armies at the same time, because you will probably lose a unit or two during the combat, and then you'll be worse for wear on the next turn. With Lightning Strike, however, that problem is remedied, so you'll be able to tackle your opponent one against one and do it in a way that no units are lost. The rest here in the blue skill tree is not very necessary. Okay, going on with the skill tree. After Lightning Strike, I am going for this hero tree up here to get Vlad combat ready. The first is the Hunger, then the Dark Knight with the plus 15 armor, then Beguile, Bloodlust. Then I go with Curse of the Remnant to get some more hit points, and Blade Shield to get some more melee defense. And as you see, Vlad currently has 84 melee defense, and that makes him quite able to tank most of the heroes in the game. And he also has a quite decent pool of hit points on 6k plus. Then as soon as Grey Ward is unlocked, I'll usually pick that up as well to get that missile resistance. The Cloud of Horror, very important in my opinion. It gives you speed 15%, and Vlad doesn't have a mount, so all the speed he can get is quite nice for him. At the moment he has a speed of 52. That's quite decent for an infantry unit, but it's still slower than cavalry, so the more speed he has, the better. And then Mesmerizing Aura for that extra defense and melee attack. Okay, I'm skipping Quick Blood here because it's more important for me that Vlad is able to tank than he's able to hit with every consecutive hit he does. At the moment he does have 89 melee attack, and that's quite decent in my opinion. Also his unique weapon gives him more melee attack, and his ring helps with the defense. Okay, lastly, or second to last, we go with the magic tree. We have the Invocation of the Hag, the Curse of Undeath, the Van Hell's Dance Macabre. The reason I picked this skill instead of this Gaze of Nagash is that Van Hell's Dance Macabre is a nice buff with 24% added speed if I need just a bit more movement speed to get out of a dire situation. And I'm using Raised as well, because that is good for blocking off units that might otherwise encircle Vlad Von Carstein. So Raised is a good backup spell to have if things turn dire. And then Evasion again for the melee defense and the more plus 6% movement speed. And then we just put 1 point here in magical reserves so that we can do some more magic throwing. I'm not picking Wind of Death because our Necromancer will be doing the casting of this spell. Okay, so for the true tree, the red here, we go with Auras of Supremacy. Then we go with Unliving Host. It boosts our skeletons and our grave guards, and that will make them more tanky. The attack isn't that important, but the defense makes them able to withstand the charge from enemies for a while longer, which gives us more time to cast our Wind of Death. The second skill that I go up with in the first tree here is for Creatures of the Night, which gives Vargeist and our Crit Horrors a bit more weapon strength and a bit more charge bonus. Then Magical Animus and Deadly Power for strengthening our Crypt Ghouls and our Crypt Horrors, our Dire Wolves and our Warg Wolves. We only use the Crypt Horrors here, and the important thing about Deadly Power is primarily the physical resistance. It makes our Crypt Horrors a bit more tanky. And the Flying Horrors is good for our Vargeists and also our Terrorgeist, but I'm not using that many Terrorgeist at the moment in my campaign. But for the Vargeist it's very nice with the 15% missile resistance as well as the melee attack and the charge bonus, because the way I use Vargeist is only to do some hit and run. They're never in the combat more than necessary. I do a charge, and when they're done dealing with the opponents, I fly them away to safety and wait for the next possibility for a good charge. And the last skill I spent is in Undeath Resurgent. This is a free buff essentially, and it has a 90-second cooldown and a duration of 18 seconds. Now this is a quite nice buff, and I prefer to spend my last point in this because of the added 24 melee defense, which is very good for Carstein and all units in general. Okay, so I guess that's the whole skill tree except Coven of Undeath. Yeah, this is just a nice way to boost our overall faction with experienced units, which is quite nice, and making all our combats and battles a bit easier with experienced units. It is especially good for newly recruited heroes and their armies, or lords and their armies. Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys. As you can see, I'm currently at turn 78, and I have taken most of the Empire provinces, and I'm about to take out Reichland here. Okay, have a nice day, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.